Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you 15 amazing mods for Fabric Minecraft version 1.20.1 or 1.21. Let's head into the video. And we start off with Middle-earth. And this is a huge upcoming mod with a lot of potential to be big. However, it is still in the early stages of its development, so to make it a reality, it will need some endurance by the developers. With this mod, you will be able to enter a new world, the universe of the Lord of the Rings. As you begin, you can choose if you want to fight with the humans, elves, dwarves, or the evil orcs, or other creatures from Middle-earth, with 9 factions in total. You will be brought to a corresponding area in the world, so you can actually travel the whole continent with the different areas. There is a completely new world generation with beautifully made structures. The mod adds over 3,500 blocks, with furniture, decoration, plants and much more. Besides the blocks, there are also the weapons and armors of all of the factions, so there's a really big selection of gear to choose from. And this equipment can be crafted in a realistic process with a forge. Finally, there are also many mobs, like the Oritech and elves. This mod is big, really big. You could basically just install the single mod and it would feel like a small mod pack, because it introduces all of Middle-earth to the game. Mods like these, with a dedicated team of developers that use a well thought out process to build a mod, don't come around often. This mod has an extremely high quality and is definitely super cool for any The Lord of the Ring fan. The armor, world generation, mobs and also the process of using the factions is super well made. Definitely a mod to keep your eye on. Immersive Machinery will introduce a bunch of new rustic machines to transport, mine and automate the transport of items or farming crops. There is a copper fin, which is a small submarine that can be easily steered and is perfect for underwater exploration into deep waters, as you will have unlimited air supply. The machines can also be upgraded with a variety of modules. There's also a tunnel digger, which can slowly dig through the earth with ease, which is especially great if you want to dig through a larger area fast. The redstone sheep is an automatic redstone machine that, when powered, will automatically farm crops and place seeds again. It can also harvest grass and normal plants in their proximity. And the bamboo bee might be the coolest machine, as it can carry items from an input block to an output block and fly in between them. This is really one of the most visually appealing ways of item transportation I've seen so far. All of these machines can be crafted in survival mode in a simple way. And although they are not vanilla style and also don't really have a uniform style, they are pretty cool. Next, we have Alien Evolution, and this is an amazing mod that has just been released a couple of weeks ago. Ben 10 is a series that many of you will know, and even though I haven't watched it myself, it is a well-known classic, and the developers of this mod decided to bring the franchise to Minecraft. Around your world, you will be able to find structures which contain gear that you can collect, and you will be able to equip the important Omnitrix device, which lets you transform in all kinds of aliens. These aliens have different abilities, and as you play with them, you can level up and unlock new powerful abilities. You can use a frog-like creature, fire aliens, some that are really strong and large, some that can create crystals, others that are smaller and like ghosts. So it is also kind of a superhero mod. At first, you won't be able to control your abilities perfectly, and you will not be able to change your alien form at will. But later, by upgrading the gear, this will also be possible, and you can max out all of the aliens and fight with them against opponents. The way the developers added the Omnitrix device to the game is simply amazing. It has a great animation, everything feels super well made and easy to use without any bugs. It is simply a really good mod that has great visuals, mechanics and is definitely worth checking out. Let's do WilderNature. I think I don't really have to explain the Let's Do series anymore, as this collection of mods has about 200 parts and millions of downloads at this point, with mods like Winery, Bakery, Meadow, Beach Party, Brewery and so on. The WilderNature part of the series will introduce new animals to the game, like deers, boars, bisons, dogs and other creatures. Besides that, there will also be new bounty boards where you can accept hunting contracts, like slaying a certain amount of sheep, which will let you collect rewards. There are also new tools to hunt animals, and if you don't like them, you can also use the configs to turn the animals off. There are also a few new cool looking trophies, and this is about it. The mod is nothing really groundbreaking and new compared to Naturalist and other animal mods. The models look pretty good, but for me the animations were slightly buggy, as they would reset every few seconds. But that might just be an individual case for me. Besides that, good mod, link in the description. The fifth mod on our list is Oritech. And it is insane that I haven't noticed this mod before, because this mod can really become a juggernaut in the Minecraft mod community. Many of you will still remember Buildcraft. This mod was the most popular Technic Minecraft mod during the beginning of Minecraft modding. However, it was never updated to the newer versions, so you basically had to use Mechanism. But now, there might be a successor to Buildcraft. And this mod, available for both Neoforge and Fabric, comes with incredible, mind-blowing animations and a super high quality that could really take over technology mod packs by storm. Similar to other technology mods, this mod lets you process ores and other materials to build machines, upgrade them, build automatic farms, item transportation systems, and much more. This mod will even introduce farming machines, drones to transport items, decorative content, and even a particle accelerator, which is simply insane. And of course, at the core, the quarry we all know and love from Buildcraft is back with this mod. So Oritech has a lot of technology content, but what makes it different from Mechanism? For one, the animations, because this mod has beautifully made animations for the machines while they are operating, but also especially as you assemble machines, which looks mind-blowing. It is also more simple and has a smaller range of blocks compared to Mechanism, so you might install some additional mods, like refined storage, for your storage system. The mod has many compatibilities with other mods, and I'm really considering using it instead of Mechanism in the future. So this mod is definitely an S tier one, and a serious competitor to Mechanism, although you can use both together of course. Next, there's Mimic's Derelict. This mod focuses on adding content to Minecraft that makes everything feel worn down, like inaccessible buildings that are forgotten and taken over by nature. So this mod is great for builders who, for example, want to build in a zombie apocalypse setting. There are many steel type of blocks, but also burnt down ones, like for a village that has been abandoned after a fire. So at the moment, the mod is a decorations mod for anyone who searches for blocks like these. But the developers are currently adding more features, like a huge and scary spider that you can fight, and that will summon baby spiders. And there are also tools, like the aging stuff, which will let you change blocks, like copper blocks. And I think what this mod still lacks are cool structures, which is really interesting for people like me who are bad at building stuff, but want to see cool abandoned buildings nevertheless. Feel free to check them out. There are many Minecraft horror mods, most of which are not really scary and give you a jump scare at best. But what if you could turn Minecraft into an actual horror game that doesn't feel like Minecraft anymore, but a completely new game? With this mod you can play Minecraft just like you used to, but if you suffocate yourself, you will be thrown into the Backrooms. In this scary place, you need to escape and find your way out of 5 levels in order to survive and return to the overworld. These levels look nothing like Minecraft at all, and you can encounter scary creatures that can kill you. Walking around here is simply super scary and stressful, as you always feel like you're watched and like something could wait around the next corner. So it creates a tense atmosphere. It is basically like a horror game that can also be fun to play together with friends. However, in my opinion, it takes too long to finish the levels, which could be changed by adding easier exits. Next, we have Warfare Wings, and this is another new add-on to Immersive Aircraft, which feels like the Flans mod at this point, with all the add-ons that are available for it. Warfare Wings will add fighter aircraft from World War II, with a total of 14 aircraft models added. Steering the planes is, as you know, from the Immersive Aircraft mod, which, at least for me, has some issues with starting, which is annoying, and overall flying could be more intuitive, but it is still better than most aircraft mods. The plane models themselves look really cool and detailed, which of course veers off a lot from vanilla. And the planes have landing gear and weapons, so they are not only useful for flying, but also somewhat realistic and can be used for combat, which is super cool. Besides that, there isn't much more to say. For people who like those kinds of planes, check it out. The next mod on the list is Arsenal, And this is the newest addition to the RPG series, which is a series of RPG mods that will add magical abilities to Minecraft, like casting fire spells, poison, healing, and much more. There is an Archers mod, Paladins and Priests mod, Wizards mod, Rogues and Warriors mod, and the developer is planning to add a lot of content in the future. Arsenal will add a selection of magical weapons to the game that can be used like melee and ranged weapons, but each of them has a special ability bound to them, like setting opponents on fire or spawning a cloud of poison. The difference to many other mods like this is that the mod is balanced and won't introduce some crazy powerful stuff to the game. The mod can be used without all of the other mods of the series if you want to have cool weapons but no actual RPG classes. And I especially recommend using it with better combat. The special abilities of the weapons themselves are nothing super incredible, but smaller balanced add-ons. The weapons themselves, however, look really cool and like some artifacts from a fantasy world. Pretty cool mod and definitely worth checking out. Up next, we have a mod called Valkyrien Pirates, and if you know Valkyrien skies, you might guess what this mod is about, because it will add actual pirate ships to your world, which can sail of their own accord. These ships are armed and have their own crews, which will attack you and can even shoot at your ship if you have your own. You need to destroy the ships or board them to kill the pirates and loot them. This mod is something really cool. I'm not sure about the optimization, because I can imagine that it could cause some bugs or crashes, but so far I had no issues with it. And the mod runs really smoothly, and fighting actual pirate ships and not small tiny boats is really cool. Also, that there are actual cannons is really amazing. Besides the ships themselves, there are also structures of shipwrecks, which are beautifully made, and definitely a reason by themselves to download the mod. So overall, this mod is pretty amazing, and there's no other mod like it. Definitely worth taking a look at, and extremely fun. Next we have a mod called Civilizations. This mod will introduce ancient civilizations to Minecraft. You can search for them, interact with civilians, meet their leaders, and obtain powerful artifacts. There's Ancient Egypt, the Chinese Empire, Ancient Rome, Ancient Greece, and Norse civilization. This mod has some really cool structures that actually fit pretty well into the normal Minecraft world generation, even though they are quite big. This is something many mods are not able to accomplish. And I also like the designs of the structures. What, in my opinion, could be better worked out are the items and also mobs included in the mod, because they do not feel as detailed yet, and more like similar ragdolls, with no really characteristic behavior of their own. What I also think would be really great is if the villages around the large buildings would feel more like actual villages or cities with a larger population. Besides that, some really cool buildings and an interesting mod. For our next mod, we have Promenade. This mod will add new vanilla-friendly biomes, monsters, structures, and more to Minecraft. It already has more than 10 million downloads and has been around for 5 years. And basically, this mod is exactly what you expect of a vanilla-style Minecraft mod that adds content, which could also be added in normal Minecraft updates. There are a couple of simple new mobs, like capybaras, underwater skeletons, and lush creepers. And there's new cool content revolving biomes, like an autumn biome and others. The mod gives you what it promises, is well made, but won't change your game completely, only extending it in a couple of places. Fetzi's displays will add new ways to display your hard-earned items in Minecraft. This mod will add all kinds of displays, like katana stands, glass cylinders, wall holders, item racks, and more. You can even display every item you like, and create the displays with a new workbench block. And what sets this mod really apart from others is that you can customize the size and angle of each item you placed on a display block with new tools, so everything looks exactly as you want. Guns++ is another gun mod that will add, well, guns to Minecraft. The mod is a data pack, and as you join your world with this mod, you will receive a book with all the crafting recipes for the weapons and the ammunition. The mod is really simple, adds a fairly basic range of guns to the game, but also some sci-fi ones, or for example gear from the Portal games. The models are quite nice, although in terms of usability, there are other better gun mods out there, which I showcased in my past videos. Also regarding animations, this mod is quite simple and doesn't add any special reloading or shooting animations. For a more simple gun mod, feel free to take a look at it, but for an experience that is closer to CSGO or Battlefield, I would recommend other ones. The last mod on the list is Mind Cells. This mod will add content from Dead Cells to Minecraft. You can enter 5 new exciting dimension dungeons, with a bunch of new opponents and even 2 bosses that you can face. There are lots of decoration blocks, weapons, tools and spells. The mod is one of the best fabric mods out there and especially perfect for a fantasy mod pack. If you want to find out more about the mod, check out my showcase, which I published a few days ago. This is it for this video. You can find the links to all of the mods in the description below. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos like this in the future, feel free to leave a like, comment or subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.